Hi there, and welcome to my office. I don't mean to brag, but we've got a pretty nice view here, and I would love to have you just sit back and relax, have an immersive therapy session here today. Now, as you can see, we've got a fair amount of light coming in on us. Just lay down if you need to. Put one of them eye patch things over both your eyes, and you can fall right asleep if you need to. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Several, even. But I don't want you to answer. Instead, just think about the question in your head. Okay? Alright. Now, how do you feel about that? That's great. Okay. Well, to start off, have you been feeling a bit anxious or stressed with your daily routine? Put differently, you find yourself with an elevated heart rate, frustrated by stuff that don't really matter much. What kind of trees do you like? Do you like climbing trees? We got a whole bunch of trees out there. Have you ever been skydiving before? And how did it make you feel? Alright then. Now make sure you're comfortable. Don't let none of these questions stress you out, or don't think too hard about none of them. There ain't nothing stressful about questions, particularly when I don't expect an answer. Alright. Do you enjoy ASMR videos? Have you ever heard of Bob Ross? Now, which came first? The chicken or the egg? Do I remind you of George Bush? Go on and relax. I don't want none of these buzzwords to confuse you now. It's all just a therapy session. You know what therapy means? Well, I do not. But if I were to give a definition to therapy in this context, I would say that therapy is like meditation. It's like answering questions. It's like having somebody listen to you. It's a little bit like going to the doctor's office too. But it don't have to be none of them things neither. You understand? No need to respond to none of this. not all questions was made to be answered. A lot of people's anxieties just come from trying to answer questions that don't need to be answered. Yeah, I tell you, these days in our society, everybody wants an answer to everything. Maybe you should take a step back every once in a while. Just take a deep breath through the nose, out the mouth. Lord, that's all you need sometimes. The clouds, the trees, the gentle breeze coming on through. It's a damn shame. Everybody always wants something out of nothing. Get all the science in the world ain't gonna give you the answers you need. It's the questions. What is a question? Do you know what a question is? Ooh. I reckon I need something to eat. Why they got a question mark at the end of a sentence if it's a question? Do you think that's because you need it to know that it's a question being asked? Or do we just need clarification with everything? Why do we need clarification? Do you feel that you need more clarification in your life? Why do you need things to be explained to you? If you don't feel this way, then why is that? Does my flurry of questions confuse and bewilder you? Should you be more concerned if it do or if it don't? I would encourage you, just relax and ask questions without expecting an answer. I think you feel better, because a lot of times it's the asking that makes us anxious, because we don't care about the answer. We just want an answer because it validates the question. But why need that validation? You can ask yourself the questions the same way I'm asking you. Ain't no need for no response, nothing. You just gotta take a deep breath sometime. Through the nose. And out the mouth. I know you can see them trees out there. See the clouds, sky, all that. It's a damn shame. It's always up there. But ain't nobody ever gives it a glance when they're really in trouble. It can be a hellish world out there, but more often than not, it's just calm. All the hectic rat race alive, all this feverish action is just the human race. it's a part of you, and you part of it, but just the same way you part of this scene behind me. You're part of the woods, the forest, part of the grasslands, the mountains, the sky, the clouds, everything out there. And that stuff's been there for a long time, and it ain't going no place soon. But I let you know you are. Our existence is fleeting. It could be over in a second, but it can last forever. If you really think about it, if you ask the question, I'll answer one for you. The one thing you can miss is right out there. Too many people spend their lives, just sitting inside of a dark room, worrying about things. You could spend your whole life making money inside of a cubicle. You never look up. Never go outside in the winter or the summer or at night time when it's cold. You see the whole universe out there. Whew. I need me something to eat. Do you know of anywhere good to eat around here? I go on down there at Dale's Barbecue every now and then, but I don't think that's gonna work for me right now. Don't feel compelled to answer. Do you ever look up at the stars at night? Do you ever look up at the sky in the daytime? Are you afraid of storms, thunder? Or do you find it relaxing? Do you feel in touch with the earth in times of crisis? Or are you dissociated so much with this element that you find it hard to even find yourself? Do you believe in the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy? Do you remember your first day of school? Do you remember the last thing you thought before you went to bed? And the first thing you said when you woke up this morning? Do you remember what you ate for lunch yesterday? I sure do remember what I ate for lunch yesterday. Well, what do you think about the sound of an airplane flying in the sky? Have you ever been on an airplane? You ever in one of those tin cans in the sky, somewhere far away? Do you find it a romantic notion? We can go all over the world in less than a day. And filthy old airplanes, aeroports. Could you take it or leave it? Do you ever picture yourself driving down one of them dusty old roads, middle of the afternoon, nobody in sight for miles and miles, just the gold wheatgrass blowing in the wind, like a little speck, miles down the road. You see the old farmhouse, grain silo, couple of clouds floating off in the distance. Just silence. It's your own world out there. You ever long for that? Have you ever even thought about it? What's separating you from what makes you feel relaxed? They talk about getting you a happy place you can go to in your head. Now, I don't know about all that, but I do know that in this world of space and time, there exist ideals. And it's just as real as anything you can touch or see when your eyes are open. Consciousness is a funny thing. I'd say even so, you got more power within your mind than you do with your body. Not only can you overcome anything, but the resources of your thoughts, even your delicate emotions, they're unfathomable. You can always feel just as good as you ever do bad, as at peace as you ever do troubled. And I ain't gonna give you an answer that you can write down in a sentence, because I ain't got the answers like that. But sometimes asking a couple questions is the answer. And that's it. It don't sound like it make too much sense, do it? But I can guarantee it do. So go on and think about that. And think about this therapy session next time that you are feeling anxious, troubled, stressed, or otherwise need a refresher. Because there's always somebody in the world feeling just like you. There's always some place in the world that looks just like this. And there's always someone in the world that don't look too great. It's a gentle cycle. Anyways, that's all I got to say. That's all the questions I got for you. If you have any questions for me, I'll be happy to